whom it may concern. I am writing this statement in the event of my joining my staff and my expedition members in death. I, Arthur Cornthwaite, being of sound mind and body. No time for formality or legalisms. It is the thing I must tell you of. What is sanity when faced with this? I thought I had fled from it in that foul green place, that accursed temple. Yet somehow it has followed me here. I know the signs. There can be no mistake. It is with me. It is a thing so clever, so terrible that... Oh, melodrama. What's the point? Notes to myself in an empty house? Whoever reads this knows, or will know, of it. But what you must also know is that it has a weakness so simple, so... Oh. The chimney! Previously on the Cracked and Crook'd Manse.
There appears to be a lot of plant growth, but absolutely no animal life.
I'm just jumping at shadows, gentlemen. Gentlemen?
And just reach out and touch the book that you feel drawn to.
But your other hand makes contact with something unnatural.
So I back up right to the banister, and I go for, rather than the casual thing, I go for a Sparta kick.
The walls seem to shift.
As he's saying this, I realise that I'm thinking about the vines.
You hold it right there.
I'm not so convinced. The doctor here has been in touch with forces beyond our understanding. We take a moment, gentlemen. In the dance, you don't ask a question when the gods bless you with an insight.
I grab it and jab it through my hand.
Fuck.
And I'm so horrified that I definitely don't react in time.
You suddenly hear this splintering of wood and this sort of crunch, and then you realise the floor is just caves in underneath you. And in your blurred vision, you see the door, and you see something coming under it.
Oh, fuck.
Something moving slow and grey.
Oh, no.
Just as everything goes black. What does Rose do?
Well, obviously unaware of that, I run back to the doctor, and I grab either side of the lintel like something straight out of musical theatre. And I say, Doctor, I believe that Mr. Palmer's had a terrible accident. He's fallen through the floor. And I'm assuming that I get fucking nothing.
I'm assuming you're auditioning for a Tennessee Williams play.
Yeah, I've gone deep south, haven't I?
It's amazing. It's so beautiful. She's now Amanda from the Glass Menagerie. I'm still buried deep in this book.
Yes, let me tell you what you've gleaned from it. I'm going to be quite generous and give you the summary. So it's in English by Thomas Pratt, 1913, Oxford, England. The Missing People, the Tribe that the Jungle Swallowed. And basically, to summarise its contents, it concerns the details of a South American tribe in ancient times, whose existence, Pratt claims, is testified to by various ruins that you can find, but nothing is known about why they died out. And the book is based on sort of stories about them, legends, local myths, and a few archaeological remnants and discoveries that have been made that Pratt attributes to this tribe. He talks about their religious fervour, suggests that there might have been some sort of falling out, some sort of civil war over their beliefs that caused their destruction. He mentions in particular a great dome depicted in various carvings and artwork that he claims he's uncovered. He believes that this stone structure actually existed and that it probably still exists, and it may be the only place that can be found that gives a clue to the final secrets of these missing people. Details about the dome and any clues about its location have been aggressively underlined in the book. And then your attention is drawn to Rose Damienne, who is gripping the door lintel.
As my attention is drawn to her, can you tell me, Keeper of the Arcane Law, whether there might be a little bit more to glean from this if I was to spend a little bit longer, or have you given me everything?
I've given you everything there, pretty much.
That's really kind. Sorry, excuse me, Miss Damienne. I was very much occupied by this fascinating book written by Mr. Pratt from Oxford about the disappearance of that tribe. Sorry, what were you saying?
I believe Mr. Palmer's taken a terrible tumble down into the cellar. The floor gave way.
Goodness.
I'm going to try and find some sort of rope.
Oh, well, let me help you with that.
Are the curtains in that room looking like they're long and floor length?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about those curtains? Do they look solid?
Yes, we could try and... Do you think that would help? So, yes, we can try and pull one of these down.
Well,
And
either that or we find a way to get into the cellar, I suppose. I've been meaning to say that we saw some strange-looking vines coming out of the entrances that were used by the trucks. I'm a little concerned.
Perhaps that would be a safer route down to... excuse the pun, to the cellar, where rather than us lowering ourselves down through a hole in the floor on already damaged floorboards, maybe we should...
You make an excellent point, Doctor. Let's go and tell Sebastian that's our plan. We'll find the entrance and meet him down there.
Yes.
Help him. She dashes back towards the broken floored room.
I'm packing up my gun and my hip flask and my cigarettes.
Sebastian, Mr. Palmer. Sebastian Palmer, can you hear me?
So you go back to the room and you look down. At first, he's not where he was. And then you realise he's sort of up against the door, lying on the floor, sort of facing the door.
What the... He's lying on the floor, but facing the door. So like his
in the pit,
body's up against the door.
No, he's sort of lying horizontally, sort of at the bottom of the door, with his back to you.
Oh, Sebastian?
Okay.
Palmer.
I don't know that.
God's sake, man, can you hear me?
Mr. Palmer, you slowly regain consciousness. You don't know where you are. You seem to be lying against a crack in the floor, and something is pressing against your lips and nose.
In a good way, or?
In a good way.
No. It's something wet and slightly warm, and it's sort of squirming all over your face.
Oh.
You suddenly get the realization that it's trying to find an entry point. First of all, can you give me a sanity roll?
Yeah, I'd love to, please.
Danann looks surprisingly handsome when he's thinking about face huggers. That's interesting. I say surprisingly. You're always handsome, Danann.
That's what happens as soon as I think of something lustful.
Yeah.
I did. I got a 51 on a 75, so I did pass my sanity. I've got quite a high sanity.
You don't lose any sanity because you just don't know what's going on, but you suddenly feel the need to hold your breath. Can you give me a Constitution roll to hold your breath?
Oh, fuck that. My constitution's so bad.
Oh, actually, no, sorry, my mistake.
Tell me.
Oh, this.
Don't leave me in suspense.
Power.
Locksmith. Operate heavy machinery. Come on.
I bet his operate heavy machinery is pretty good, isn't it?
It's incredible. It's 71.
Well, that's been useful, hasn't it?
Yeah, hasn't it just? Did I tell you that when I was in the fire, it sealed my nostrils? So,
Well, certainly one of them.
yeah.
Well, it's rolling very badly, so it's still not found any sort of ingress. Whatever this thing is on your face.
Eels up inside you, finding an entrance where they can. Yeah, right.
So
okay.
what do you want to? What do you do?
Well, I want to get away from the fucking eel.
Okay. So you push yourself away.
Yeah.
With all your strength.
I'm aware my leg's broken. I'm like mainly moving my torso away, like get my face away from that crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you managed to do that. Oh. And you from Rose and the Doctor, you don't see, you can't, from your angle, you can't see what's going on. You can just see him sort of writhing on the floor. It's dark.
Has the Doctor joined me?
I presume so.
Yes. So, are we going to the entrance to the cellar on the outside of the house?
He's not responding. He's not responding, and she looks. I think for the first time, she feels an edge of panic because this is weird.
We must get down there as soon as possible.
But I saw him. He was there, and now he's there.
Am I able to? I'm conscious now, right? Am I able to shout?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to just shout, "Help me! There's something down here. It's trying to. I don't know what it's trying to do. It's trying to eat me. Help me! My legs, bro. I can't. Someone get down here quickly."
Oh God!
I'm going to jump to the sheet.
You're going to jump the hole?
Yeah.
Hero.
Let's have a jump roll.
Oh man,
It's all about this ridiculous.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee.
I think she takes 3 measured steps back, and then a 4th just in case, and then she runs for it. Oh, do you know what? Do you know what she does, Dom?
What's she done?
She takes her boots off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
It's her big webbed feet.
No. Actually, does she? Yeah, no, she does. It's 36. It's fine. It's nothing special, but it is a pass. I thought I was going to fuck it. Okay, it's like, it's like 99.
Yeah.
Another broken leg. So you vault over the hole, and what's the Doctor doing?
Fucking hell. I mean, he's really out of his depth.
Ironically.
Miss Damien, and he's frantically looking around to see whether Palmer might have dropped his doctor's bag upstairs, or whether it's down in the hole with him. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to see whether the doctor's bag is up here or down in the hole.
I think that might be a luck roll.
Nah, it's down in the hole, isn't it?
Oh dear.
Good news for me.
He's getting really anxious now.
What's that Lovecraft story where they burrow? Is it the burrowers beneath? I can't remember what it's called.
Borrowers.
There's a storm and things burrow up, and at one point they wait for it in a house. Oh God, I always forget the name of that one. You just suddenly this one really reminded me of it. Suddenly, I kind of got this horrid sense of what lies below.
Tremors.
Anyway, Tremors. Yeah, Tremors. That's Lovecraft, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon and Lovecraft. Yeah. So you didn't find the bag, so it's the agency's.
I did not.
Right? Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think I'm not going to attempt to jump over this hole. I say, Miss Damien, I think I will go outside and try to find the entrance to the cellar, or perhaps through the kitchen there is an easier entrance. I will find another entrance if you want to.
Yes, Doctor. And then she whips round with a mass of curls following her, and says, "Just watch out for those vines. I didn't like the look of them." And then she's busy trying to tie sheets to anything that will hold, but she's really checking to see if it does hold.
It's fair to say, while this is going on, all I want to do is be shimmying away slowly on my arse, trailing my sort of broken leg behind me, trying to maybe either go up the mound of coal or just around it, trying to get away from the door, basically.
Yeah. Okay, yes. You're sort of scrabbling along on the floor.
Yes, shifting backwards.
Tell me, these entrances to the cellar that we saw outside the house, do they look like they are near this room?
No.
Thinking geographically, they're on the other side of the house, are they?
Yeah.
In that case, I'm going to go through the kitchen and try and look for a route down to the cellar through the kitchen.
Okay. So you're running through to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Which way do you go? Do you go, as you come out, are you taking the quickest route? So the quickest route is to go right, isn't it? And down that long corridor on the right-hand side. Kitchen's the room at the very top in the middle.
It is, but I don't know that's the quickest route. I'm going to go back the way I know, which is through the dining room.
Okay. Can you give me... actually, there's no way you wouldn't hear it. As you get to the kitchen door, there's a... on the back door. Someone's banging on the back door.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
Outside, there is the rumble of thunder.
Okay, I go to the back door.
Do you open it?
I go and stand at the back door and say, "Hello? Who is it?"
The handle begins to turn.
I hold my Luger in my hand, and I say, "Who is it? I'm armed."
Suddenly there is a gust of wind. Powerful gust of wind. The door handle, the wood around it is all damp and rotting, and the wind just blows it open. It takes part of the handle mechanism off as it flies out in towards you. The door flies open, and this flurry of wind and leaves and the first bit of rain, there is a figure in the door, silhouetted in a long coat, holding an axe.
I shoot immediately. I think I can do. If it says attacks 1 and then 3 in brackets, does that mean I can fire off 3 quick shots?
Yes,
that's
but
what
you take a penalty die, but you are point blank, so you won't. So you can roll 3.
That's exactly what I do. So yeah, I get technically a penalty and a bonus, right? So
yeah.
So
they cancel each other.
They cancel.
Goodbye, Sheriff Whitford.
Oh God. So first one is a fail. The second one is a hard success.
Okay.
And the third one is a regular success.
Okay. Do you want to roll damage on those 2 shots then?
Yeah. It's a 7 and a 4.
Okay, they've managed to stay conscious, but you've really shot them quite badly. The axe clatters to the floor.
You've really shot them.
You've really shot them. Their shoulder explodes with blood as the axe drops to the floor, and they fly backwards. They're now sprawled on their back. Oh my God! You shot me. It's not someone you recognise. They appear to be a young man, late 20s. Meanwhile, who's next? Rose, you've made a little rope, have you?
As best I can, I think.
As best you can. Can you give me a spot hidden roll?
I would very much like to. Yeah, well, I had to fail something eventually. It was all going too well. Yep. That's a fail, and it's 14 luck to... It's quite a good one to pass this, isn't it?
No.
No, I don't see it. Whatever it is, I don't see it.
Let's spend luck.
I mean, it's always that 50-50. Would it help me in agency? Let's see what Dom makes of it all. Let's see what the keeper of...
The loathsomely plastic, translucent... pseudopod-like thing that's coming across the floor towards you, Sebastian. It makes another attempt to grab you.
Fuck off.
You get a better look at it this time. It's not right, and I think I'm not going to ask for another sanity roll because you would. It's fine.
I mean, I haven't seen it yet. I've just felt it, so it would be fair.
Then let's have a sanity.
I think that's an honourable observation.
Playing to the story, you know.
Yeah.
My sanity's quite high. Yeah, I mean, I just rolled a 1, so...
Whoa! Nice.
I'm obviously hardened to the... the images in my imagination were worse than what it is.
It's clearly, now you've seen it, it's obviously some sort of plant. That's the conclusion you come to. Maybe it's some exotic carnivorous plant. You've heard about those in magazines.
Yeah.
The Venus suddenly you feel a bit more confident.
Flytrap. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's surprisingly large, but it's coming for you. And it's got a little mouth like a Venus flytrap.
Fuck that.
And it tries to grab hold of you. You can either dodge or fight back.
Fight back. There's a plant. I ain't getting eaten by a fucking plant. That's embarrassing. Imagine the obituary. Eaten by a fucking plant.
It got a hard success on its attack.
It got a hard success?
Except it's attempting. It was attempting a manoeuvre, so actually this depends on your builds. What is your build?
Build is +1, damage bonus is +1d4.
Okay. So yeah, it doesn't make any difference then. So yeah, it resolves as normal. So yeah, give us a roll to either dodge. Are you dodging or fighting back?
No, I'm fighting back. I want to grab it and try and rip it apart. I mean, plants are easy to rip apart, right?
Yeah,
always.
But you'll need an extreme success.
And what's this one?
Brawl.
My brawl's all right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Ooh. Oh. Well, my brawl is 40, and I rolled a 15. But you need an extreme success, don't you? So I'm going to spend 10 luck to get it down to a 5.
You don't need to spend 10. 7. Spend 7.
Okay, I'll spend 7 luck. I'm happy to spend 7 luck.
Yeah, you managed to tear at it with your hands. You can roll for damage.
Great. What do I roll for that? Is it a D6?
It will be 1d3 plus your damage bonus, I think.
It'll be 1d3 plus 1d4 for you, I think.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. 3 and a 3. Could be far worse.
Nice.
Could be far worse.
So you rip this thing, bits of it come off, and it's wet and sticky, and you pull at it, and it retreats slightly back to the door. What do you want to do, Sebastian?
Does it smell like the smell from the hole? I only asked because it was such a pungent thing. When my hand went through the wall and touched all that slimy stuff, does it smell the same? Is it that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Rotting vegetable matter and feculence. Okay. My leg's broken, so there's not much I can do. One of my legs is fucked, the other one's broken. So is the coal pile behind me that sort of leads up towards the hole in the roof?
Yeah, I reckon.
I want to basically try and get up that, or the bag's fallen down, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get to the bag.
Yeah. Well, did Dan fail his luck roll? He did,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's over where I was before I got fucking teleported or dragged towards the door. So I want to back up to that first and grab the bag and just see if I can rifle through it, find anything that might help with the pain, or less help with the pain and more help with giving me the energy to climb out of this fucking place. I want to rifle through the drug satchel.
Okay. Give me either a medicine or a pharmacy roll.
Oh fuck yeah!
See if you recognise the stuff.
It's going to be interesting. There's not a pharmacy thing naturally, is there? No.
No, it's a science specialism.
Yes. I mean, it's a really good roll, but it's nowhere near my 1 medicine. So it's like a 19. So I don't really know what I'm looking at.
Then let's have a luck roll.
Yeah.
See what it does.
Oxycontin or something, hopefully.
Are you just going to inject something?
Well, I was looking more at the paper and the pills, the liquids. I mean, I know what's in my pocket, which is mescaline. I think I've figured that out from the reaction the doctor had to it, but I'm not really in the mood for that right now, unless things get really pear-shaped. I rolled another 19 on my luck. My luck's really good. My luck's still 48.
Okay.
I say still, it's now 48.
So you you administer yourself something and it really peps you up.
For now.
I bet it does.
Presumably some sort of amphetamine.
Oh, you went down that route, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You went down the route 1. What's this?
I've watched the master at work, and I know the order to do things. Great.
So Rose, do you want to? What do you want to do? You're just going to chuck this thing down and try and hold it?
Yeah. So I throw it down. I'm not expecting him. I think I heard him say that he broke his leg. That's what it sounded like. So he's obviously injured. So my idea is that I throw it down and then I look about me immediately for something that can cut the hem of my skirt. Is there anything around that could?
What are you doing with the hem of your skirt?
I need to cut it. I need to cut the hem of it so that I can actually climb down this thing. Yeah, it's the 1920s. It's,
right, yeah.
Skirts are not voluminous.
So the classic Buffy the Vampire Slayer moment where she tries to heel kick and just realises she can't have to tear them. Yeah.
And I did say that I changed out my trousers because they were filthy. I regret it.
Yeah, true.
But they were filthy, and I thought we might be meeting people like the sheriff, which we did, and at least I wasn't half naked. She'd be fine with that, but
you want to impress someone with the gloom of an abandoned house,
I'm not just trying to sex it up, and she is 57, but she's got great legs, and this is either going to get
57 is nothing. Sex it up as much.
What I'm trying to play here, Dom, is the last bastion of civilization before it all goes, before we all enter into the madness. And I feel like the boundary between her up above this hole and her going down into it, she has to try and slice the hem of her skirt. So is there anything that she can grab for that?
Give me a luck roll.
08.
Yes. What do you want it to be?
So it's a piece of... I think when the floor went down, a mirror broke, and it's a piece of mirror.
Nice.
She grabs the silvered glass and she just cuts on the hem, and then like that. She tears up to the high thigh, sticks her cane into her waistband. It's a good quality skirt, and then starts to climb down.
Okay. So you're climbing down.
Saying, Sebastian, I'm coming.
Okay. So you managed to climb down onto the top of the coal pile. Sebastian is sort of halfway up it. He's sort of halfway up it, trying to reach you. Meanwhile, the doctor at the back door. What do you do?
It's classic.
Classic. Oh God.
Why do we split the group every time?
Love it.
I go to the figure, and I say, "Fucking hell! I'm completely torn between finding out whether he's okay or interrogating him. Literally have no idea, or just putting
the other three in his skull."
Yeah. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Gee, I'm just the local newspaper boy. I just came to get a story, mister.
The newspaper boy carries an axe around here? This is very, very strange. I mean, everything about this town is peculiar, but this, I think, is one of the most peculiar aspects of this town, that the newspaper boy goes around in the middle of the night with a huge axe over his shoulder.
It's the middle of the evening. It's the early evening, and I just knocked on the door, and you shot me. You think I'm strange?
You kicked the door down. Come inside. Let me have a look at that wound in your shoulder.
I didn't kick no door. It was a gust of wind, mister.
Gust of wind cannot blow in a door. What do you think? Do you think I came in in the last shower, as you say in this country? I would like to do a psychology roll to see whether I believe what he's saying. I think I do. Because your performance is excellent. That's a regular success on my psychology.
Yeah, he seems pretty earnest.
I want to see a buddy cop movie with these two.
Come inside. Let me have a look at your wound.
Oh, it hurts so much. I'm losing a lot of blood.
I'm sure it does. It's an excellent weapon. It's German manufactured and made. It's the finest, used by German officers, and will be for many years from now. So it's understandable.
Am I going to die?
Come inside. Possibly, but not if I can help it.
I don't want to die.
I drag him inside so I can try and give him some medical attention.
Demented.
That is one of the best performances of madness by Bergman I think I have ever seen. It's like, you sound so batshit crazy. If that was an investigator, we would have... I mean, if there was a group of investigators, we would have filled you full of lead. No doubt about it. So just open up the Tommy gun, guys.
Yeah.
So you drag him into the kitchen, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's sort of on the floor. You prop him up against the counter or whatever.
Is he bleeding out?
There's a lot of blood.
Okay. I'd like to... Okay, so my first aid is marginally better than my medicine. I think I'll start by doing first aid. I want to stop him dying. Unfortunately, I haven't succeeded. And I think he probably doesn't want me to push it, does he?
Push the road.
Maybe he does.
For those of you listening to the podcast, the games master, keeper of the arcane lore of the town of Gamwell, just gave one of the most remarkable facial expressions.
It was very provocative, wasn't it?
I don't know what to make of that. It's like, I want you to push it, but whatever you do, don't push it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not, in your medical opinion, he's not at death's door. He just needs medical help.
But he might be at death's door if I fumble a pushed first aid roll.
I mean, yeah, if you fucked it up, you could kill him.
Okay, well.
Just reach in and get the bullet out.
I'm confident in my abilities.
Yes, he is.
I'm not a medical doctor, but I do have some medical experience, mainly in prescribing. I'm saying this all to him. Mainly in prescribing rather than surgery. I'm not particularly good with operations. To be honest, I'm slightly alarmed by the sight of blood. But having said all this,
he's going like cross-eyed at this
point. I can provide some help, or at the very least, succour in your final moments.
Give him the Heimlich.
What? Final moments?
Can I spend luck on a push roll?
No.
Well, unfortunately, I failed that.
Was that a medicine roll?
That was a first aid roll.
Oh, right.
Well, I don't know. Was it? I think maybe I pushed it by calling on my medical knowledge. So yeah, I think it was a medicine roll. So what I was doing during all that was trying to remember my rudimentary medicine and trying to remember a bit of anatomy to try and work out exactly what it might have been that I'd shot. And
oh yeah, I definitely wasn't trying to heal him. No, I was
just to give you some material on how badly I'm going to injure this poor fucker.
Yeah. Can you remember how much damage you gave him? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. It was 11.
Was it 11?
It's 7 and a 4.
That sounds like he's going to go unconscious to me. He's probably got one left, hasn't he?
He killed the paper boy.
Was he carrying an axe?
Yeah.
Fuck it. I mean, he was asking for it.
What, he actually was?
Yeah.
I assumed that was a hallucination.
Well, I mean, you haven't checked, but yeah.
True.
He's lost another hit point, and he cries out in pain as you sort of poke him a bit, and you realise you've made a mistake there. You probably shouldn't have done that, but he's still alive.
I'm terribly sorry. I will try to get some help to you as quickly as I can, but I must go down to the cellar to help my companion. Can I offer you a ham sandwich, perhaps?
Don't know if I can eat right now.
Help get your blood sugar level.
How about a cigarette? I pop a Beckstein cigarette in his mouth and light it for him and say, I will be back with you very shortly. Chin up, stiff upper lip, as they say. No, that's the other ones. Good luck.
He starts sort of puffing away on this cigarette. Oh, God. Oh, God.
How old is he? Like 12?
He's like late 20s.
Oh, right.
An old man.
In my head, he was a 12-year-old that you're just making smoke.
So what do you do, Doctor? You leave him?
I leave him and sort of dash down the other end of the kitchen to see if I can find... I've assumed that there will be a flight of stairs from the kitchen down into the cellar.
There is a door, but when you try and move it's stuck.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Luger.
Where's it stuck? What's stuck? The hinges or the lock?
That's a good question.
For fuck's sake!
And I'm going to say I think you need to do some kind of roll for that.
To find out what's stuck.
Can you actually, first of all, can you give me a spot hidden roll?
Oh, God. And that's a bad fail on my spot hidden. Not quite a fumble.
Okay. And then you can give me an intelligence roll to try and work out what's wrong with this door.
That's a fail. I'm really good at this stuff, but I just keep failing it. I failed my intelligence roll.
It might just be jammed or something.
Okay, right. I was going to kick it.
Okay. Give me a strength roll.
I failed that.
It's not going to budge. This isn't going to budge.
Okay, I've only got one thing left. I'm going to shoot the lock.
Yes.
Yeah, give me a firearms roll then.
I succeeded in my firearms roll. In fact, I'm going to spend 2 luck. I'm not even going to wait for you to tell me to make it a hard success.
Well, you shoot the lock and it splinters, and with your hard success, the lock actually falls off.
Great.
But the door still does not move.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Vines.
Fucking Jolly Green Giant's behind it, putting his shoulder in.
Oh.
Meanwhile, in the pit, Rose, you've climbed down into the pit. Seb Palmer's just a short distance away. He's within arm's reach.
Well, this is more the kind of thing that I would expect to be the other way around, trying to, the pas de deux. You'd want to be being picked up by a burly young man. But I'll do everything I can to try and play the male part here, and I'll try and...
Listen, Miss Damien, I'm happy to be the damsel in distress. I just need to get out of here. There's things behind that door.
Holy crap, did I say all of that out loud? I must be losing it.
I think you may have done.
Yeah, so she tries to grab him.
Okay.
Because this is an uncomfortable place. This is a very uncomfortable place for her. She feels like she's in the mouth of a beast, I think.
I'm also trying to say, get back up. I'll climb up. Thank you. You get out. I'm sort of dragging myself towards the... I mean, if you're picking me up, I'm sort of using your support to, get towards it. I'm just trying to scramble, using my upper body strength. My leg's broken, but...
I mean, how's that looking to me? Is that looking like that's going to physically work, or is he just being noble?
I tell you what you can do. If you're both sort of trying to help each other.
Yeah,
right?
but
I guess so.
We're having the classic moment of chaos.
Yeah.
So you can both do a climb roll, and as long as one of you succeeds, you'll be all right.
Climb.
Not a lot in my climb.
Yeah, I don't think I've got a lot going on. But
yeah, I've failed.
Mm-hmm. I love what I do sometimes when I'm spending skill points. I've not got climb 20. I've got climb 21.
Hey.
That'll make all the difference.
My persuade is 46.
Okay. You failed. I think I already know how I'm going to push this if this doesn't go right. Okay, I'm going to push the roll. That was a 92, so I think let's forget about that one. That was the bad dice out. So I'm not getting any purchase, so I grab my cane and I do that thing that I've seen aerialists do, that I've worked with occasionally, very occasionally. Sash aerialists, specialist dancers. Terribly overfit in the upper body. Silks. And I work my cane into the sheets to use it as a sort of primitive ladder.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Which I realise as I say it probably means I'm abandoning it, but that's okay, because I'd like to get us out of here. So I've done that. I can't believe I'm trying this. Fail. It's a 28. Man, that's fucking close, and you can't spend luck. Man, that's so awesomely close. And not quite there.
Oh.
Permit me to describe how I fall off the cane. No, over to you, Governor. Over to you.
Well, I'm just going to say you can still get out. It's just it's going to take you more than one round, and that could prove
fatal,
complicated.
I think she's her foot's on it, but it's shoeless, and the cane is lacquered, and her stockinged foot slips. She forgets that, and she actually grabs hold of him, grabs his broken leg, pulls him back down. He's probably screaming in pain. I don't know. I can't speak for him.
So you're both on top of this coal pile, and you start making the next attempt to climb up when you hear this sort of click of pieces of coal being pushed aside, and it draws your eye. And this time you do see.
Oh no!
You see this snaking, translucent, oozing shape. It looks sort of tentacular, this sort of pseudopod making its way up the coal pile towards you. And it has this these little mouths on the end that look something like Venus flytraps, but also something like how you imagine a horsefly's mouth would look if magnified many times.
Don't want to imagine that.
No. And can you give me a sanity roll, please?
I'm okay on the sanity roll. Not by a lot, but just by enough. 50.
You don't lose any sanity.
Remarkably. I think because of the doctor.
Probably.
Because it was talking about the ghost, and I think this is the ghost. This is the goddamn motherfucking ghost.
Possibly.
Is it all right to say that what I want to do is hand her the pewter letter opener that's in my pocket, and I still have a steak knife in my pocket I made a note of.
Yes.
That I picked up in the dining room. So I'm going to hand the letter opener to Miss Damienne, and I'm going to pull out the steak knife and just, as this thing worms towards us, try and sort of ready myself. I'm sort of still on my arse, I imagine, because my leg's broken. I'm not going to try and adjust that.
Is there any chance I can grab my cane? Yeah.
So it's going to make a go at Sebastian again.
It's got fondness.
It gets a regular success. What do you want to do?
Fight back. I want to, grab with one hand and just slash with the steak knife.
Okay.
Turn it into a salad.
You need a hard success.
Turn you into a Caesar salad, mate. Oh! 8.
08. Ooh, lovely.
Very nice. You can roll for damage.
On a 40. Although, yeah, I've got to roll for damage anyway.
Is that piercing damage then, if it's an extreme?
Not if you're fighting back.
Oh, okay. Apologies.
It's only on your turn if you...
That's a shame.
Unfortunately.
What am I rolling then?
Whatever your damage is on that blade. On a knife, it's something like a D4.
I don't have my knife
damage
because
bonus?
it's something I picked up last episode. I don't have the stats down.
Yeah, it'd be a D4 plus your damage bonus.
Okay, sick. And that is 2 3s.
Good with a knife. Nice. Well above average.
So either of you want to attack it, or what do each of you do?
No, I'd love to attack it.
Can
as well.
I ask, what does its form seem to be? Because obviously it's these viney, mouthy things crawling up the coal towards us. Do I get the impression, and maybe this is a roll, but do I get the impression that these are tendrils from a larger body, or these are sort of separate entities, these sort of worm-like vines?
You can give me an intelligence roll if you like.
Yeah. I mean, I know what I think, but I don't... Yeah, it'll depend how you want to fight something.
While he's taking that in, and he's further down the road of understanding... Well, I say understanding, of perceiving this thing. While that intelligence is at work, the cogs are whirring. Does it look corporeal to me? Do I sense that it is in the real world? Or does it look...
Got an 11 on a 60 intelligence, so I think I've got a pretty good idea, maybe, of its form.
Ooh. Yeah, you don't think it... you think it is corporeal. It looks very corporeal. Let's see.
That does change my view slightly. Sorry, we'll finish the intelligence stuff.
So, yes, there's this moment of realization that this is not, in itself, the entirety of the thing.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
It is merely the pseudopod of something, and you can see that it connects under the door. There is something in the room beyond that has sent this out to you, and you start to realise that the masses of slime that you've seen, the damp perhaps, they are all the trail of this entity. And in fact, this pseudopod leaves a slimy trail as it comes across the coal, and this realisation, this horrible, spine-chilling realisation, causes a sanity roll.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I've succeeded again because my sanity's really high, but I feel I deserve to leave.
You still lose a point.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
Rose, what were you going to do, sorry?
As Joseph, I'm just going to... As Joseph... I am Joseph. Joseph is just going to ask a quick question. So, as a player, do I understand this is therefore that these things... There are many, many, many of these things. That's a terrible use of English. I don't think I quite understood what you just said. And maybe that's fine, because my character doesn't understand either. But...
The way I understood it was there was some central entity
which
can travel about the house, but it's sending off intelligent tendrils to tackle.
I see in these trails, but I haven't seen the trails. Okay, yes, okay. Okay, thank you.
I felt one of the trails in the wall. I think.
Yes, you did, didn't you? I forgot. Yes, and I was thinking, no, there wasn't
so I'm like, that's the same smell as last time I tore up the thing. So
you're most kind.
That's... Yeah.
Rose, la démon Damien, is going to... I think the moment that she clocks the fact that the knife cuts, I feel, and that was because he was attacked, wasn't it? That's why it attacked him. And I think it was very fast, was it?
It was relatively fast, yeah.
So I begin to realise that if it's a ghost, it's taken some form like a demon. And I think back to my mama. And I think back to the church of the stars prismatic, that I worked so hard to leave that place, and then I think everything that they were talking about is real. The way in which spirits can become real and demons can be real in your life, and I hate to say it, but I have an epiphany, and I realise that my whole life has been leading up to this one moment, and I swing my cane.
Make Mother Hydra proud.
Right. That's the backstory I wrote. I've passed. So I'm going to go for D6.
Fine.
And it's a mighty 3.
Well, you hit it and it severs. It's, the bits that Seb has already shredded, it severs and it just withers into a sort of liquid pulp.
Oh.
And the remnant of it that was under the door wiggles back under the door.
Oh, T-1000.
You managed to climb your way back out of the pit. How's it going for the doctor?
Well, he's gone to get the axe. He's gone to look for the axe that the kid dropped.
Yeah, it's outside in the grass. The rain's coming down now.
I pick up the axe and I run back and I hack at the door with the axe.
Okay, so you start splintering this door. Whack! Whack! Whack!
That's what it sounds like.
You two, Rose and Seb, you can hear this noise echoing through the house.
Drums in the deep.
Sounds like someone hitting something with an axe.
And while I'm doing it, I'm muttering to the boy on the floor. I'm saying, just wait there. Don't worry. I will. As soon as I get my friends out of the basement, I will come back with someone who's more equipped in medical science, who is able to have a look at that nasty wound on your chest. But I suggest maybe we don't talk about what caused it. I mean, after all, it was a horrible accident, and you did kick that door down.
A big piece of wood finally splinters off with your next sort of whack. It comes off with the axe, meaning you can see through the door, and you're confronted by a sight. What's Seb and, by extension, Rose doing?
So we've dishevelled the most sort of prudent prunings, and I think if it seems like there's a moment where we can sort of move without just having to attack, I want to get up the. Is the fabric still hanging down? Did she tie it up?
Oh yeah, I'm saying you've managed to get out. You've climbed your way out. Yeah.
All right, cool. Just checking. In which case, I want to edge my way around the room very carefully, on the very perimeter, but also holding to the edges just in case any more of the floor falls through. And I'm obviously hobbling because one of my legs is broken, so I'm sort of hopping and steadying on the bookshelves or whatever tat is there.
Yeah. What do you want? Where do you want to go?
Well, I'm aiming for the door. I want to get back out into the hallway where I know it's at least relatively stable. And I'd quite like to, as far as I know, the doctor's still in the room next door with the Luger.
Well, you can hear this sort of whack, whack, whack coming from the kitchen.
Okay. But to get to the kitchen, I have to pass the door to that place anyway, as far as I'm aware.
As far as you're aware, yeah.
So I want to sort of hobble past that room, and if I see that the doctor's not in there, that's fine.
The door's
is it a luck roll
open,
to see that I will have tried to bring the doctor's bag with me, but is that a luck roll?
I think you can. You
as far as I'm always like over my shoulder, like a satchel.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I think you've brought it with you.
So, unless Madame Damien has any other ideas, I think it's like check that room very briefly as we hobble past the open door. He's not there. Make our way towards the banging noise.
I think I grip onto your arm.
Thank you.
So, just before you get into the kitchen, the doctor sees something. There is something staring back at you. Eyes and shapes. The eyes are the eyes of a horse. It's like suspended in this kind of translucent, thick jelly. And then you realise it's just the head of a horse, and it's sort of dissolving slowly, and it sort of drifts back into the jelly. And you realise there are other eyes on the surface of the jelly that form and unform. And then behind you, you hear footsteps of Seb and Rose coming into the room. Just before they come in the room, the entire thing just retreats into darkness, disappears down a staircase. Can you give me a sanity roll?
No, I should think so.
Oh dear.
And, that's a great success. Yeah, 0-4.
Okay.
Only lose 6 sanity.
You still lose 3 sanity points.
Oh, dear.
But it was close.
Oh, don't tell me Dan's going to go insane. I couldn't cope with that.
I lose 3.
What did you start on?
I started today on 55. I'm okay, right? I'm now on 48.
How many have you lost?
I've lost 7.
Yeah, if you lose 4 more, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, so you've regrouped in the kitchen. Seb and Rose, as you come in, you see propped up against the island counter is a young man desperately trying to smoke, blood sort of slowly pulsing out of his shoulder where he's been shot.
Jesus.
Twice.
Rose, pass me some of that material. I want to do a first aid. See if I can help him.
Yes, please do take a look at him. He had a horrible accident in the doorway.
Yeah, he looks like it.
I push you back to the nearest counter. I push you back to the nearest counter, and I say, "Don't be silly. Let me have a look at him. You can't get down and back up again."
Okay.
I don't.
You go ahead.
Here, hold this for me. I give him my cane. I'll pocket the knife, the pewter letter opener. I was disappointed I didn't manage to steal that earlier, so got that now. That's good. That feels a bit better.
You have it now.
Actually, can I just do it as I go down to the man? Can I scan the kitchen? Is there anything of any value?
Give me a spot hidden roll.
Failed.
And also, Doctor, as soon as this thing has disappeared, the door slowly just creaks open.
Oh no!
I realised that it was pressing up against it.
Here, quick! We have to get out of here. I need a doctor. No offense, Doc. I need a proper doctor. And
would you like me to have a look at your leg?
No.
Rudimentary medical skill.
Yeah. No,
I promise not to push the roll. I will just see if I get lucky with my first.
I don't want to die.
I think I'm fine.
I'm going to try first aid. I'm going to try first aid in this guy. I see nothing of any value in the room, and in some ways, it's relief to not see anything that I have to lay my hands on. It's becoming out of control now.
How badly broken is my leg? Is the bone sticking out of the flesh, or is it like? It was quite a lot of hit points. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it is a major wound. It's broken. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, totally, it's broken. I was just wondering,
you could hobble on it probably.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. I might look around for a chair leg or even just a wooden spoon and try and make a splint. I might try a first aid roll on myself.
Technically, you can use the cane, of course.
Oh yeah, in fact, yeah, you've just handed that to me. I may well do that. I'll attempt to. I'll tear off a shirt sleeve and try and tie the cane to my shin to try and see if I can straighten it out, make a sort of splint.
Okay.
Oh, 27 on a 30.
So you make a nice sprint for yourself. You can gain a hit point, I think. With a
sexy.
I meant more that that's my weapon. But I like the sense of panic that drives the instant. I meant like you could move around the kitchen with it, but you've literally just taken the thing I'm best with. Now your weapon
is tied to my leg.
I also,
and if you try and remove it, I'll die.
Perversely, I've also passed my first aid with a 27. Not by a lot.
What a relief! That's for the boy, right?
So I was down with the post boy, if that is indeed what he is. Quiet now, my cher. Quiet. Everything will be fine.
Can you all give me listen checks?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh, Christ! Oh yeah, I actually extreme success 4 on a 20. I started off rolling extremely bad. I've been rolling fucking brilliantly for the last.
I might spend some luck on this as well because it's only 3 points.
No, so I failed my listen. I think I'm too involved with wrapping up these various bullet wounds, and I'm quiet.
So Seb and the doctor, you hear something. It's like a rumbling deep in the house, and then you hear a door slam coming from the front of the house.
We need to get out. We need to get out the back. We need to get out of the back now. Something's here. Something keeps trying to eat me. There's plants in the walls.
We need to destroy it. We need to...
Yeah, you be my guest. I need to get out of this house.
Oven.
I got a wife and kid to get back to. I'm getting out of this house now, and I want to start, hobbling towards the back door. And
yes, I'm right behind you. What fuel would an oven have used? Would it have been a gas oven?
Well, there's a lot of coal in this cellar.
Coal.
Coal. Okay.
Probably, yeah. Or wood. I imagine it's like an Arga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not easy to try and burn this soggy old place down. I think Bergman is sort of going, there must be some sort of way we can burn this place to the ground and destroy this evil living beneath it. But he's frantically looking around the kitchen. Well, can I do a spot hidden in the kitchen to see if there's anything that I can see?
Yeah.
Ideally, I'm looking for a whole
kerosene,
liquid fuel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, it's a spot hidden, but it's a hard success on my spot hidden.
So you look around, you find there's some matches. There's a couple of there's an oil lamp. There's a bit of wood left in the Arga. But also you notice, you don't know how you missed this how you missed this before. But there is a thin line of
Coke.
At first you think it is Coke. It looks like Coke along the door that you were hacking at that's now swung open. There is a line remaining that was just under the door. And as you get closer, you realise it's some sort of... It's not as fine as Coke. It's
salt. I have a taste. I go straight in.
It's very salty.
Warding.
It's fair to say, if I hear him sort of saying, there must be some way to burn this place to the ground, I'm going as fast as I can. And I want to be grabbing the young paperboy by the scruff of his collar and just dragging him out the back door on my one good leg. Just like, we need to get away from here.
Okay, yeah. So you get as far... At the moment, you're as far as the kitchen door.
Is that the back door to the house?
No, the kitchen door is like into the corridor. Into the corridor. So
it's right next to the back door, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm heading towards the back door, basically.
Miss Damien.
Yes.
Miss Damien, come with me. Come with me.
I'm trying to help this poor boy.
Miss Damien, come with me.
I think he's stable. What do you do?
Listen to me, Miss Damien. Sir, here's the plan. There's salt under this door, which I presume is a way of keeping this evil out from this door. So this makes me think that the route to burn it is by dropping fuel onto the coal that we saw in a hole in the floor near the room. If we was to take the wood and the fuel from the Arga, drop the wood, the oil and some matches, and hopefully it would create an explosion that would drive the creature either towards the salt or destroy it from within. What do you say?
I take him. I'll take you by the shoulders, and I look down at you and I say, "We need to get Mr. Palmer out of here if this is what we intend to do, and the boy."
Of course. Yes. Into the
There
car.
is a demon in this house, she says, and she sort of she musters some aspect of the old time religion, like a preacher in that moment, and she sort of says, "And we must cast it out, but it cannot be the cost of our good souls." And at that point, I help the boy who is being helped by Palmer.
And as she says, not for the cost of our souls, I say, of course, not at the cost of our souls. And then under my breath, I say, unless in the service of science.
And I say, as I'm walking away, our bodies, meanwhile, may not make it either. But maybe our souls will. And she clasps at this necklace at her chest, and does her best to help the boy out.
So I help get Palmer and the boy out towards it. We can take him out the front door or the back door?
Whichever's closest.
We're going out the back door.
The back door's closest, but the front door is obviously nearest the car. But
I'm aiming for the back door, but to be fair, part of my rush and panic was that I'd heard you sort of frantically talking about matches and burning stuff, and my phobia of like being burned, obviously. So if you were to start helping us in a different direction, as long as you were helping us, I'd probably go with you. I think it was just that I thought you might suddenly set fire to the entire house. You know?
Yeah, I understood. Well, so I guess if we get to the back door, I have
You can go around the outside.
a noise from the front door, so I would like to glance back down the hallway to see whether the front door is now open.
Oh yeah, I didn't hear that. So
No.
I was kind of preoccupied, but I did hear it.
Say that again, sorry.
So I think I heard a door slamming or opening from the front of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're in the hallway by the back door, I would like to look back to see whether the front door is open, whether there's anyone standing in it.
The front door is closed.
But I did hear a noise of a door from that side of the house.
Yeah.
It sounded like it was on this floor.
Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, with that in mind, knowing that I heard something from there, I say, yes, this is the easiest exit. Let's all go out the back and work our way round to the car.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just keep going with the task.
So I think we take the two out the back door and make our way round to the front of the house.
You're going through the back door?
Yes. Which is blown off its hinges.
Oh yeah.
This is true.
There were vines, right? One of the entrances off. I think as I'm coming out of the house, is it to the left?
The vines were to the left. But before you do, as you look back to the front door, maybe a listen check will be required. Actually,
Past my listen check.
you hesitate momentarily because you think you can hear something out the front. You're not sure what it is. It's a strange noise, a sort of wet but large noise, like a tree falling over. And then suddenly the front door explodes. As your car comes smashing through it, blocking your escape. This was an Apocalypse Players production. For more information about the podcast, go to apocalypseplayers.com. Thanks for listening.